Welcome to Barbados Today's morning news update for Friday, October 27th, 2017. Thanks for joining us. I'm Ryan Jilts. It was once described by opposition leader Mayor Motley as one of the biggest sellouts perpetrated against the people of Barbados since the introduction of cabinet government. But more than a year after the Frundell Stewart administration dumped plans for a proposed $700 million Cahill energy project, the island's main electricity provider has come out strongly in support of a waste-to-energy power generation. And without making any reference to the Canadian power deal that went belly up after it was initiated 3 years ago, the Barbados Light and Power Company Limited is making it clear that waste-to-energy has a place in Barbados. Addressing the BLNP's inaugural energy talk at the Lloyd Erskine Sandiford Centre on Wednesday night, the company's managing director, Roger Blackman, said such a plant would help solve some of the island's challenges.
We believe there's a place in the market for waste-to-energy generation using well-established and proven technologies. Waste-to-energy technology checks, again, like biomass generation, checks many boxes that are right for Barbados. It's a solution to our solid waste management challenges, it's green energy, and it will save foreign exchange. As our grid gets more technologically robust and our customers demand greater control, the 100% electrification side of our vision becomes clearer.
Cells at the Central Police Station and the No. 1 District A Magistrates Court had to be cleared and thoroughly cleaned yesterday after a man suspected to be infected with scabies appeared in court. The highly contagious disease, which is caused by the infestation of the itch mite, Sarcoptes scarabei, usually causes severe itching of the skin and is spread by direct skin-to-skin contact. So far, there has been no indication that the disease has been transmitted to anyone in the court or prison system. Meantime, an outbreak of conjunctivitis, commonly known as red-eye, on Ward C2 at the St. Michael Geriatric Hospital on Beccles Road has forced authorities to restrict visits to patients on that ward until the situation is resolved. In a statement, the ministry asks relatives of patients on Ward C2 to call the Geriatric Hospital to make arrangements for delivery of clothing and other items. Additionally, the ministry is urging visitors with relatives on other wards not to wander around the facility. It has also asked persons with conjunctivitis to refrain from visiting the hospital while urging visitors to practice good hygiene, including washing their hands before and after visiting the institution. Trustee of the Barbados National Non-Governmental Organization Network, Kimar Safri, says the grouping wants a stake in the social partnership committees currently being set up. He argued that NGOs make up the third most powerful sector in the country after government and the private sector, and they have a right to be at the table. Safri made the call at a press conference yesterday.
We believe as a sector that we have not been heard enough, and one of the important things that we thought that we should be involved in a lot more of the government decisions, because we're the ones on the ground. We should be involved in the social partnership committees. We should be involved in most of the committees that the government are now putting out rather. And also having someone from the NGO committee be an independent senator in the Senate, so that when government are making policies or legislation or whatever they've been making, that they can have an input from somebody that has knowledge and that will be a vocal person on behalf of the NGO committee.
The media fraternity packed the St. Leonard's Anglican Church at Westbury Road, St. Michael last evening to bid farewell to one of Barbados's most respected journalists, Robert Best. The 83-year-old died at his home on October 17th, leaving to mourn his widow Margaret, wife of 54 years, daughter Roberta, and sons Adrian and Charles. In a eulogy tinged with bits of humor, Roberta described her father as a man who loved his family and championed the cause of those without a voice.
As he steered the Old Lady of Broad Street and later the Old Lady of Fontebelle, his editorials and opinion pieces under the pen name Anthony Irving provided plenty of fodder for the ramshot debaters, the barbershop posses, and the political meetings. Through it all, Robert never lost his nerve, nor his dedication to ensuring that this newly independent democracy was protected by the active involvement of the Fourth Estate.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Join us from November 16th to 19th, 2017 for the Barbados Food and Rum Festival, where acclaimed Barbadian chefs and mixologists are joined by Chef Jean-Georges of the US, Chef Tom Akins of the UK, Chef Chris De La Rosa of Canada to create dining experiences to delight the senses. Visit ticketpal.com and all TicketPal locations to get your tickets, and visit foodandrum.com for more information.
In regional news now, we head to Tobago, where authorities are concerned about the rise in child abuse cases involving relatives of the victims. The revelation from police officer in the Child Protection Unit's Tobago arm, Wendy Ann Morton. She wants parents to listen to their children and not be afraid to report instances of abuse to the police. We hear more in this TV6 report.
We are seeing sisters taking advantage of their younger brothers. Because you know why these things are happening? When mommy and daddy having sex right there among them. When you feel these children are not seen, they are asleep, they're right here watching you.
Another speaker, Shelley Batiste, urged the parents not to give up on their children and their dreams. She spoke about her differently abled brother who was bullied in the past.
He is now the president of the Trinidad and Tobago Deaf Association. He's a teacher, he's married, he's a father and everything. So now I'm saying, don't give up on your child, don't hide them away.
We may tell ourselves, well listen, we're giving them food, we're giving them clothes, we're giving them shelter. What else they want? They need more than that.
On the international front, Kenyan police have clashed with protesters in opposition strongholds, leaving one person dead and more injured. This as the nation voted yesterday for a new president. The main opposition candidate has urged his supporters to boycott the poll, which is the second in less than 3 months, reflecting bitter divisions in the country.
We've been witnessing for the last 2 hours or so regular clashes, points of contact between the youth of Kibera who predominantly support Raila Odinga. It is Raila Odinga's stronghold. And they have been hurling stones towards the direction of the police, and the police have been firing tear gas in their direction. It's been a fraught and tense morning. They retreat from just beyond this police truck behind me, and I'm sure you can still hear the cracks of gunfire going on or tear gas being discharged. And just beyond that little hill there, where in the far background is where the youth keep coming up to engage the police, and they're shouting things like "No Raila, no peace," and they're saying no reforms, no election.
That report from CNN brings us to the end of this Barbados Today morning edition. For the very latest, though, you can visit our website at www.barbadostoday.bb. You can also subscribe to our e-paper, email updates, or like us on Facebook. We're also on Izumi Media in bus terminals, as well as Screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you. You can also listen out to Mix 96.9 FM for more. I'm Ryan Giltz. Have a great day.